Were you shocked when you heard that he had been shot again?
Yeah, I had been shocked because I thought like, like I wasn't even aware where the fuck he was at. Like I didn't even when I heard he got shot and where and how, like when the shit finally started, like what the fuck? Because like me in LA, like the thing was like we kind of called each other about a lot of shit, especially shit that was unsure. You know what I'm saying? Like if we didn't really know the total outcome of shit. Like I remember one time he had caught a case, and me I was kind of in and out of the juvenile system, and him like as like far as just going to the Audi home. So when he fake called a little case of shit, folks calling me asking me what's gonna come of this and what's gonna like shit like that, and I'm like just telling bro shit like so if he like unsure, like he went there without a pipe, without knowing what was really like up to the place and people over there. And if he would have called me, I would have told him, like, nah, let's not do it like that. Or let's let's not go without this. Or, let's just like let's be smarter. You know what I'm saying? And when I found it out, it was like I was shocked because I'm like, what the fuck was he even over there doing? What was going on? You know what I'm saying? And it was just a whole bad big ass
What
thing.
happened after when you got the call about
So
it?
I mean, when I got the call, he was still alive at this point. He wasn't pronounced dead. So when I got the call, I, uh, I didn't even have a ride. So I tweeted Dirt, and I tried to like get the news. Like I thought he was gonna be able to come grab me. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't. I ended up getting in the car, getting traffic, and I went to go grab him. And I picked him up, and we went down there and shit. And basically, long story short, the doctors came out with the news. And they told me, and then it just got ugly from right there. Like that shit was wild as hell. From that point on,
Yeah, Dirk was it. Dirk was there at the hospital with you guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was me, Dirk, Twin, his mama, Gotti, a couple other motherfuckers and shit. His sisters, grandma, all us there. And then they came out and told everybody. They told his immediate family to like, step closer to where they was at. But I was like, I didn't really want to hit, because I ain't gonna lie, like, I just feel like every time I ever gotta hit something, it's between the outcome can either be good or bad. Usually when it's me, it's usually bad. Like anything right there's some news about somebody else. If it's somebody I know, it's just gonna be bad. It's always the worst. You know what I'm saying? So I just stood up and I'm like, shit, if they say something bad, I'm gonna know, because I'm about to see the reactions. And so it's like, soon as they open their mouth, it was like instant tears, hollering, all this and that. And I just knew. I'm like, damn, it's over. It's over. They killed him. He gone. I called Rondo and C-Day. I called I called Rondo. Rondo was somewhere else. C-Day and Booker was at my crib. I called Rondo first, then I called C-Day now. And they was like, tweet, they like, bro, wait, so what you mean? I'm like, bro, it's over. Like, he dead, bro. He dead. They just told us, bro, he out. And it was really emotional. Now I started crying on the phone and shit. Phone them, C-Day just was like, what? Like, he really just he wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Booker was in the background, and it was like, everybody just started rushing up there. People started popping up. And it was like, it got real. After that, it was real. It was so crazy. The niggas who are accused of doing this shit, they all in prison now. We had really had the news about the shit just same night. Before all us left the hospital, we had a story of how it happened and who supposed to did it and who was all that when it took place and shit. And a year later, they all end up telling on each other and shit and getting cracked and shit. And the story came out to be basically what we heard. You know what I'm saying? They all started telling on each other and shit. Nobody would admit to doing it, but they all started snitching. They all admitted to playing a part in this shit. And it was just wild as hell, because that's how fast the streets talk. Like, he got shot at, it was that late, it wasn't that early when he got shot. Yeah, I got shot later in the day. And by the time he was diagnosed dead and everybody made it to the hospital, we had already had this story of who did it. And then a year later, when them niggas all got locked up, one of the niggas had got locked up for a pipe, and he started just snitching. on a murder that he was involved in, thinking they was gonna like throw his pipe case away and just let him out. The whole time he got himself way more time than he even would have had if he would have just took the pipe case. You know what I'm saying? And it ended up coming out basically what we was told. A year later, they started telling this shit. You know what I'm saying? They started implicating each other in what was really going on and all of this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? Just basically telling like a motherfucker, telling folks them what's really going on and shit like that. Telling them people what's going on. One of the niggas got locked up for a pipe and started telling on the body that he supposedly was involved in, and he started the whole case, and they all started telling on each other and shit. So like what we had heard the night he got killed, they ended up kind of confirming the shit. Some wild shit.
Okay, what changed after L.A. Capone was killed?
Shit, a lot of shit. You know, he was basically the glue we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, LA was probably like the last wholesome thing in the hood that like niggas cared about and had to like everybody loved and didn't envy. You know what I'm saying? Not because of even just the person. It was because like LA was just one of them people like anybody that couldn't beat him, you just had to join him. You know what I'm saying? And he was slowly but surely becoming like an unstoppable force, and it was gonna be very unpopular for you to hate. You know what I'm saying? Like LA was like, I seen it with him and Rondo before I even knew it like was finna really be that. Like Nine was like the biggest rapper from the hood at the time when LA first started rapping, and it was like Nine, he was very comfortable with like him having that certain amount of success or clout that other niggas from the block couldn't reach because he was fucking with OTF, and you know he was just had a lot going on. And it's like, you know, when LA started doing it, he ain't need no song from no nigga that signed up. Nothing. He just was taking off on straight talent, and the streets was knew who he was and how he was, and everybody was behind him. He was going so crazy that if you couldn't beat him, you had to join him. And niggas like Rondo, that's where you see Rondo, you know, getting on a lot of songs with him and shit, you know. You know, it's his homie, so it could, you know, to a certain extent it's expected, but it was like, gee, everybody wanted to get songs with LA kind of to like keep they self lit or to get back lit or just, you know, to just stay above water. Because LA, bro, it was like he was taking off, but he didn't want to take off and be bougie. Like he wasn't taking off and acting weird. He wasn't doing none of that. He was just literally normal acting, still in the hood every day, doing everything. He just a sneak off to the studio occasionally, knock a couple songs out. And shit, when he came to the block, we shooting videos, shit, you know? And when he died, it was like, we ain't had that no more. Everybody, again, trying to be self. Now, everybody had to buy into what LA was doing. You feel me? When he got killed, it went back to niggas trying to be the best man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody want to be their own, like, everybody want to be that nigga instead of buying into, like, a team goal. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, LA was kind of like a team goal. Like, we all, like, nigga, Hoodo was paying for his flight to go see T.I., nigga, like, we all was, nigga, what? Make sure LA get to the studio. Like, niggas, bro, we all, like, had to, like, take in, because we knew, like, bro. And then, like, this my homie, so, of course, like, I'm on whatever regardless, but it's like, bro, niggas, everybody had to buy into what Shorty was doing. He was that cold. Like, if you wasn't trying to help bro reach his goal, bro, you was dumb and you was a hater.